to the GenX Glam channel here on YouTube. It is great to see everyone, whether it's your first time or you're coming back. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. I have a tiny, tiny, tiny little piece of real estate here on YouTube where I do a little bit of glam and a little bit of gab and a lot of get ready with me's and a lot of let's see what I'm over consuming this week videos. So we're going to get right into it. I've got, so the Sephora sale ends very soon, right? And the last two Sephora sales, so it would be like the fall of 2025 and then the spring of 2025. I didn't really buy that much. This year, I made up for it. So if we were talking about averages, I did a very nice spread. And if I remember a little bit later in the video, I wrote all the things down that are coming in the mail and I'll let you know. And if I forget, then I'll just show you when they come. So what I do want to show and tell though in this video, and I've talked about it in recent videos, is and why I didn't buy this when I had 20% off with my Rouge discount, I don't know. But I bought this Sephora Faves pack just before the Sephora sale went live. So I'm going to use some of this stuff today and talk about it. I got in the mail my Ipsy Glam bag, came in like a cute little light pink. I think this is so springy with a little pearl accent on the zipper. So I'm going to use some of those products that came in that Ipsy Glam bag. And yesterday I was so excited. Before I went to bed, I checked my emails and it was time to customize my summer 2026 FabFit Fun box. And I actually had a lot of fun. I think it's a full year. I've been in FabFitFun for a full year. So I've gone through the 4 seasons and I started with spring of 2025. So in the summer 2025 FabFitFun box was actually my favorite, right? Now that I can reflect. And picking out yesterday, when I was picking out for summer 26, I was super excited. I think I've got some good stuff coming. All right. So I was going to try to do like a light makeup look, that's pretty much what I always do, but I have a lot of products out in front of me and I can't exactly be sure what I'm going to grab for. So far, I've just got a clean face. I used my, what's left of my First Aid Beauty sort of radiant pad wipes. I like to do that after a clean face. I've done a little spritz of my Milani Make It Last Hydration Boost collection. Alcohol-free, kind of love this stuff, not gonna lie. I'm really, really into the alcohol-free sprays at the moment because on our vintage skin, the alcohol-based products tend to dry us out, and we're trying to counteract those effects of dry skin as our skin ages. So I've been really into the alcohol-free. All right, let's get into the first product that I'm going to put on here in my skincare. This is a tiny, tiny little sample serum. It's from the brand Gold Faden MD. I like how they threw in MD. Do we really think it's MD? And it says needleless. It's a line smoothing concentrate. So I had to look it up. It's actually a serum. And so I'm going to go in with it. You're supposed to put it, see, brand new, came in the cute little bag. Oh, which by the way, where's my little insert? Where's my little insert for this particular, can't find it. It'll come to me. Like I said, I have like a huge mess here. There is a sort of spring saying theme for this particular glam box. And it's really going to irritate me that I can't find it. What else came in? What else came in the glam bag? A little, this is a one and done Dr. Jart Skin Barrier Moisturizing Mask. I think I might do that tomorrow. A lip oil from Ruby Rose. It's not open. I'm not going to open. I'm not going to use it in this video, but I'm kind of excited to try it. This little sample of a face wash, it's from Beauty Stat. It's a universal microbiome barrier balancing cleanser for all skins. And I put it to the test. I put on makeup before I took a shower because I wanted to experiment with some of the new stuff I have. And I knew I was going to take a shower and do a really strong double, triple cleanse face wash. And so this was really fun. You put it in the palm of your hands. You have to have wet hands and a wet face. And I just want to show you what it looks like out of the tube. It almost looks medicinal. It almost looks to me like, you know, the boo-boo cream we used to put on our kids' butts when they had diaper cream, like that zinc oxide vibe. But when you get it wet, it really, really creams up. It was really nice. I'm happy with that face wash. I would like to maybe think about buying this in the full size. We'll see. And this lovely from Misho, which I don't have anything from this brand, all kind of like my fave sort of tones for eyeshadow. I don't know if I'm going to get into eyeshadow because it's a really nice day here. It's here in Stockholm, if you're tracking my channel. Oh, wow. So I'm just getting some of this out. It's totally clear. It's one of those kind of serums. Anyway, it's really nice out. It's a beautiful day here in Stockholm. Probably like the nicest Saturday afternoon we've had, like sun-wise, no wind. And so I thought, I don't really need a lot of makeup, and I will be in and out. So we're going to put on a sunscreen today. One that I've used before, but you'd be having to track my channel for a very long time to remember me talking about dermatology. This is the second time I bought that universal tint sunscreen. It's SPF 46. Really, really like it. We're going to go in with that. Wow, this is drying down really fast and it's giving like a tight vibe. So you're supposed to put this around your nose contour area. You're supposed to put it in your smile line area, and you don't need a lot of it. I can see how I just put a dime size amount, which is what the instructions said to do. And I'm putting it in the areas where it was suggested. And let's see. It's kind of sticky. I like a good sort of milkier serum, but this is like kind of giving me a sticky vibe, like a primer, but it is not a primer. It's supposed to be a serum. All right, let's see how it does. That's it for the Ipsy Glam bag. And so if you weren't tracking, if I went too fast, I can't recap because we're already... Buckle up, my friends. This is going to be one of those videos. All right, now let's get into the Sephora favorites. The theme of this was vacation all day. Like, what are my first impressions? Because I've been using this for a week. 3 lippies. It came with 3 lippies. It came 4 if you count the House Labs blush / lipstick. Cheek and lip. It's better to say cheek and lip. And it came with a birthday from Glossier Birthday Balm. I have not opened it. I have not tried it yet. I've read the back. And I actually like looked it up. It's gonna have like a vanilla sort of scent to it. I'm tentative to get into it because I might maybe give it away. So it says it's a universal solve. And when I read into it, when it says solve, it's packaged, marketed mainly for the lips. But it's saying you can put this on your cuticle area, in your nose contour area, any place where you might have like some extra dryness. So this came in, and that, I can see that coming in. I can see that in the summer theme. I can, but 3 lippies, it was kind of a lot for me. This is from the brand Riffy. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but I got ripped off from this brand once, and ripped off by my own fault, right? Because I bought this stuff. I bought this funky shaped mascara applicator from this brand. It was this really weird curve, could never quite figure out how to use it, and never really did. That's the only thing I've ever bought from this brand. And I'm kind of wondering why when I see this kind of applicator, I think that goes underneath my eyes. That's like a cooling vibe, right? So maybe they're just thinking like on a hot summer day, you're going to pull this out of your pocket or out of your bag, and it's going to cool your lips right down. It doesn't have any like SPF in it or anything, but it's really nice. It feels really nice. I kind of like the cooling vibe, not going to lie. And it came in the package. The great thing about this faves, the Sephora faves, is I didn't have anything already in my, like none of this stuff. So it's all new. This is a super sad panda moment. I was all excited to try this Huda Beauty Easy Bake Setting Spray. So alcohol free, but check this out. It's broke. And so I don't know, maybe I'll ask one of the invaders, which thankfully are all out. They're on a grocery run that I got spared from doing this weekend. And so I'm not having any angst about somebody busting in here or dropping a pan next door. But look, I can't, it's not gonna work. So should I write Sephora? Okay, that's where I'm at with this. I think I'm gonna write Sephora and say like, hey, this is such a bummer because, like I said, I'm really into the alcohol-free stuff. I already showed you, this is in the shade Rosette from House Labs. I was really excited to get this because I'm super excited to plus up my House Labs. This is a sort of glimmer, and I think that's the name of it. And I don't know if you can tell, but like I've been using it all week. I really, really like it. It adds like glimmer is the perfect name for this. It's not glittery, but it's glimmery. Not with a glitter with a T, it's glimmer with an M. So it's not glitter, it's glimmer. And I really do like it. I'll try to put it on before we end the video because let's let that roughy just kind of chill on my face for a little bit. Got this lovely, and I've also been using this from Danessa Myricks. I'm like going like this because I'm trying to read it. I'm trying to read the small print. And it is Yummy Skin Glow Serum. We're going in with this. So let's go over that serum that I got here. It almost looks like a bronzing sort of, I don't know, bronzing serum, bronzing cream. You could put this in with your foundation, I believe, but I'm gonna go in with it. And I should have actually put my moisturizer on first, but this has a scent to it. By the way, I'm just going to tell you everything that's happening. There's a scent to it. I do want to go in with the moisturizer. So after this sets in, I'm going to get, like my skin is taking it. It is taking it today for the sake of this video. But it's one of these things where I put so much stuff sometimes, and I'm sure you do the same, on my face. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really look like I put that much on. All right, so do you see? Wow, that's just like a really nice, I like it. It's a very tiny sample. Would I buy this in the full size? Probably not, because I've got my L'Oreal Glotion. If I want sort of that, I don't know, glowy yet little bit of a tint sort of vibe. All right, it's drying down really fast, so let's let it dry down. The moisturizer I was supposed to go in with, but I got a little bit ahead of myself, is this Laneige Water Bank. And you know, I've bought this for my husband before. It is Blue Hyaluronic Cream Moisturizer. We're going in with it. It kind of reminds me of, what's that, how you say that brand, Tatcha? Kind of reminds me of that packaging. Hey, I am a fan of Laneige, so I was really excited to get this. I've not bought it myself because if you're tracking my videos, you know I'm a pretty big fan of, or really in my collection, what I really need to rotate through is like my Shiseido products, my Guerlain, my e.l.f., my Charlotte Tilbury. All right, that's looking up. I think we could stop now. I think that we could stop now, but we're not going to stop. We are not going to stop. All right, next product I want to talk about, Anastasia Beverly Hills. Got a little clear brow gel, which I used. Again, this is something I wanted to try out before I took my shower and tried out the face wash, because I wanted to see if it was going to pill. Like, it dries down pretty fast and the brows didn't really go anywhere. And I thought to myself, you know, and I don't know how many videos ago I talked about this 24-hour brow lamination from L'Oreal. This is still like my favorite product, I guess, between drugstore and high-end that I have found for a clear brow gel. And so I don't know why anybody would really spend a ton of money on a name brand brow gel. Raising my hand because I have bought the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Fix over the years because I was on a journey. I was on a journey in my collection phase of trying to figure out what's the best clear brow gel out there. I kind of settled too on, like, when the airlines lost my luggage on my last trip. I'm making a lot of noise. I love to do it. I'd love to do it, but I had to dig in here. This one right here for $4 is your best value buy, and this is what I bought when the airlines lost my luggage when I went to Vegas last month. Yeah, can I say that? We're still in April, right? Gosh, I can't believe it. Time is flying by. It is flying by. All right, I think we've let that yummy tinted serum sort of go in and set long enough. Let's go in with this Laneige. This is very satisfying. We're going to pop it open. I think this is going to be great for summer travel. Now, I don't want to waste that, so I'm going to go right off the lid and get it. And you don't need a lot of this either. We're gonna have to really, though, let this sit because I want my face to feel somewhat dry when I go in with that Dermatology Universal Tinted SPF, again, in 46, which kind of cracks me up. It kind of cracks me up. 46. Why not 50? Why not 45? Why not 40? They settled on 46. All right, you really don't need a lot. Wow, that feels really nice. Blend that right into the serum. and let it sort of sit for a while. We are so far into this video, like, hello, if you're paying attention, if you're still with me, we're 15 minutes into this video. And you know, there was something I wanted to talk about while I got ready, and I just lost myself talking about all of these products. But if you're, you know, what's bleeding over into the beauty space in, you know, on our reels and on our like For You pages and whatever else the algorithms feeds to us, you know, when we turn on our phones, is all the Coachella news, because there's a lot of beauty influencers that overlap with that Coachella vibe. So I started to think about it. I'm like, okay, let's think about this, because I can go back. Like, I'm a Lollapalooza girl, right? I came up in the whole height of all of that in the mid to late 90s. Little bit of a deadhead. Caught one of, you know, in 94 and 95. In 94, I saw the Grateful Dead at Soldier Field in Chicago. And in 95, I saw them at the Palace of Auburn Hills. And 95 was like the last year that Jerry Garcia was, you know, was still with us. And so, I mean, what I was not, though, was a fishy. I didn't get into fish, you know, but they tried to, it's all about these, you know, back in the day, Lollapalooza, Grateful Dead. Let's just go all the way back to 1969 and talk about Woodstock, although I'm not that old. But it was all built around this like community vibe, seems so authentic, seems so spontaneous. And, you know, everybody was there, yes, for the music. The music is always a draw. I love music. It totally brings people together. It forms communities, especially when you think about like communities like the Grateful Dead, right? These folks were just like in the mid 70s when they were in their big heyday, you know, all the, you know, the people following city to city. And then you've got Coachella. Which hits the scene in the late 90s when Lollapalooza is kind of like, you know, kind of fading out. And it starts off, you know, indie rock and, you know, all about the music. But then, you know, when the influencer culture starts picking up in like, I don't know, the early 2010s and definitely, you know, 2014, 15, 16, when social media sort of collided with that vibe. In my opinion, as a Gen Xer who went, you know, okay, I can't go as far back as Woodstock, but I can go back to, you know, Lollapalooza. I can go back to the Dead Shows, where there was not a sense of commercialization at these places. It was all about, you know, meeting people, comfortable clothes, right? We weren't trying to show off in any sort of way. And there were definitely not tents, VIP tents, with a bunch of free stuff that people were expected to just grab and then, you know, have the obligation to sort of go and promote it to the world. So what's lost here, in my opinion, is the whole spontaneity and authenticity vibe when you think of your current day festivals, specifically Coachella. They're always there for the moment, like, right? Like, there are some videos where you can see the folks are genuinely enjoying the music for sure. But earlier in the day, they were hustling. They were not in the raw, authentic moment of it all, of all the vibes. They were, you know, they were capturing sort of fake moments, throwing it out there to folks like us who are like, oh, I like that piece of jewelry. Oh yeah, I like that, like, whatever wand that's going to make my face like completely smooth, and this, that, and the other thing that, you know, that's getting promoted out there. So it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad to see, I guess, the evolution of these sort of, I'm going to go in with a little bit of this under eye cream. I got this in my last Ipsy. Can't pronounce it, but it's a spotlight eye cream. Kind of has like a eucalyptus sort of vibe to it. It's very lightweight, and so it's perfect for underneath the eyes. But yeah, it just kind of makes me sad because I can't help it. The Coachella stuff is permeating into my feeds, because I also, you know, I watch the beauty space, right, to learn and to share a little bit to some degree. Remember, I'm not a guru. And a lot of the influencers in our space are out there, you know, pimping these pimping for these brands, and I just find it a little bit sad. I don't know. Are we ever going to get old school again? I guess that's my question. All right, let's get into some of this dermatology. Brand new. So exciting. I feel like we should shake it up. And I'm not sure how I want to apply it. Like I'm simulating sort of like what my summer vibe's going to be like when I finally get on vacation. When I finally get on vacation, I bought those plane tickets, and so it feels a little bit more real to me now, but it's still months and months away. In the summer, realistically, I don't have time to pull out my fancy brushes and stuff. I'm just like squirt, squirt, smear, smear, grab a lippy, put it in my pocket, and go out and have fun. So let's just keep with that. So this is what it's going to look like. It looks, you know what? I'm actually going to use the brush. Because that got a little bit more clumpy than I wanted. But it's supposed to be universal, right? So when it's supposed to be good for all skin tones. So let's get in here. When you put it on, you're not, I didn't automatically get full of pigment, right? There we go. This is really nice. I love this brush, by the way. I put this brush, I linked it in whatever video that was. I'll find that video and link it again. So if you want to check it out, but I got this brush, one of the spongies that I like. In fact, I pulled it out to use today. It's just kind of generic, the hybrid of the Beauty Blender and a powder puff. And then this black powder puff here, like for, I don't know what it was, 12, I think I want to say it was $12. Got it during the Amazon sale. I also got this dermatology product here during the Amazon spring sale. So I kind of hit that sale up. Hi, I didn't kind of hit up the Amazon sale. I really hit up the Amazon sale. All right, let's not forget the neck. What do you think? It's a really nice, like, it's got that makeup, no makeup vibe, especially when I blend it in a little bit better. And I totally took more than I needed. Feels so nice when I get my hands on it and just rub it in. But it's not meant to be a full coverage doverage, okay? If you've got some spots on your face like I do that have redness, like nose contour area, or if you I want to brighten a bit underneath my eyes, you still have to go into, you still could go in with the concealer, right? In the summer, if I go in with the concealer, I'm actually going to just hit my nose contour area. I don't really worry about too much of the under eye area in the summer. I really don't. In the summer, I'm so much more, I don't know, makeup free, I suppose. And if you've been tracking my channels, you don't really see me that much in the summer because I'm not filming as much. I'm a big advocate of like, let's just get outside, enjoy the weather, enjoy family and friends. Warm weather tends to bring people together. It's nice and easy to travel. You don't have to worry about, snowy roads and ice and all that stuff. You can go visit your loved ones so much easier than, say, in the winter. All right, so oh man, my hands are all dirty, but I wanted to show you guys something. I really hope some people are still hanging out with me here because I want to show you the cutest thing that I own right now. Okay, I got a cloth down here. I want to show you the cutest thing that I own right now. I bought it yesterday. After I got my nails done, I wandered into a shoe store. I just couldn't help myself. I have to show you what is new and trending for young kids. I bought these shoes for my niece, and it was like a deal, right? She's in the genre of she takes the smallest size. For my grand niece, actually. Oh my gosh, this is like, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. Here we are. If you're in Europe right now and you got a little girl, you might find something like this. These are pearl, iridescent sort of sandals, right? And when the sun hits these things, they pop. They pop. I'm so jelly. Like, I totally want a pair. And so they were buy a pair and get a second pair at half off. So I got these two. I'm going to send them out in the mail. USPS better not let me down. Speaking of which, I want to talk about USPS. Those are cute, right? She's going to love them. She's going to love them. There isn't going to be another little girl in her area of Michigan that's going to have those sneakers and those sandals. what was I going to say? Oh, USPS. Yeah. Not happy with USPS since, I don't know, the past 6 months or so, when my packages went a little bit astray. I'm just going to go, did I say I got my eyebrows threaded yesterday? I got a lot of stuff done at the mall yesterday. I got my nails done. I got my eyebrows threaded, and I bought those cute little shoes for my niece. But, I have talked to folks here. Let's use Anastasia Beverly Hills. I mean, it's a really nice formula. I'm not going to lie, but I don't know if it's worth spending, Sephora prices. But what I found when I did my trial run is take a very, very light hand, and this dries down pretty quickly. So make sure you're going to go in, and I still have some of these left from the Dollarama when I was in Canada. Gosh, I miss the Dollarama. Go in quickly and style them the way that you want them to set, because it does dry down pretty quick. Unless, where's my L'Oreal? Oh man, dropped the L'Oreal. But the L'Oreal I like a lot because it doesn't pill. And it also has a really nice clear formula that doesn't clump together. I will say that Anastasia Beverly Hills is not clumpy. The formula is not clumpy. I'm super happy to have it. I can throw it in a travel bag because it's very small. It's deluxe sample size. But again, I don't know if I would go in with the full price. Probably not buy the full size at Sephora. Yeah. USPS. I'm scared. I tease that I want to do a giveaway worth $500. Like, I've gone through all my overstock that I've had, and have put together this really nice sort of giveaway. And I was like, yeah, I'll do a $500 giveaway when I get 500 views. But guys, I don't trust it. I haven't done it yet. And I haven't forgotten about it. I just don't trust the USPS right now. So if they lose those cute shoes, I'm going to be so mad. And I'm thinking of let's send the shoes out and see how that goes. But I'm thinking of doing that giveaway in the summer when I go home in July, and I can go to the post on my own. All right, let's look in. It's a little bit of a tint, right? I definitely got a lot of glow going on here. Face feels really nice and smooth, and it's protected. So I just want to go in, I think, with a little bit of concealer. I want to use the new House Labs Rosette shade that I got. I want to show you something. When I cleaned my brushes last weekend, look, my e.l.f. one fell apart. Oopsie daisy. It just at the seam fell apart there. So I'm not sure if I can stuff that back in. But did you want to know what these things are made of? At least the e.l.f. one. We've got like a little bit of a foamy foam, and then, that's the spongy cover, right? So that's a bummer, but I did want to show you. I want to do a spray. I have some e.l.f. I'm going to do a Power Grip spray, the dewy. Let's get some more dew, as if I don't have enough dewy Louie going on. Why not get some more? I like that because it also it has like a primer vibe to it, that particular spray. One other thing that I just think, I'm looking at my bag, what I haven't covered. You know how they say you save the best for last? This is not the best. This was the worst thing I've ever gotten in a Sephora Faves bag, and it's the Rosa Charmosa Dewy Cream from Sol de Janeiro. Okay, it is so florally. I didn't dip into this at all. When I opened it up this morning, it had like a cover like this, right? So whatever product was on that cover, I took it with my finger and I kind of went here, just kind of put it on my hands. And one of the invaders sitting next to me on the couch was like, what just happened? Whatever you just opened, I can taste it on my tongue. What? I had to leave the room because I could not disagree. This is so powerful. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I think you have to bury it in a hole. No, it does not compostable. But it's very, very disappointing. I do not know what they were thinking. Do not even think about buying this one. Rosa Charmosa, I don't know, but it's so strong. It's so florally, and I have a high tolerance for scents, and it's just not that appealing. All right, let's do a little House Labs concealer. Okay, so this is Fair Rosy. This is the one I usually like to put under my eye to brighten it up, but I don't think I'm going to put anything under my eye today. This is my sort of fair neutral where, you know, I use it for cover up. So I'm going to go in my note closer to the shade of my skin. So this little guy right here, this beauty mark, I'm thinking, I've mentioned in previous videos, and I don't know why I'm bringing it up, but I'm thinking about getting it removed. So if I do, there might be a little hiatus in my videos because I think I've consulted a dermatologist about it, and she just kind of said, yeah, it would be, you know, we just numb the area, which is like a shot on my face. And then shave it off. And it's not because of the aesthetics of it. It's because I can feel the weight on my face. I've talked about before how I don't like to wear a lot of jewelry because I really feel like it kind of weights me down, and I can feel that thing on my face, and I really, really just don't like it. And like if I have a scratch or something, it's just there. So I know this is totally first world problems, and I'm not expecting you to weigh in because I'm going to make the decision on my own, although you're perfectly welcome to weigh in. And I just want to point out that I'm not doing it for any sort of aesthetic reason. Okay. I know I just dragged a little bit underneath my eyes and I said I wouldn't, but I had some on the lids and it was extra product. It's not for aesthetics. It's because I can't stand feeling it on my face and it's getting bigger. I don't think it's not one of the suspicious ones. It's just something that I'm considering. So if I come on and get it done, I will definitely share that. Like I shared the journey when I got that something-itis frozen off my contour lip area. It was another thing where it wasn't really an aesthetic. It was just, I could feel it there, and it was, didn't like it at all. All right. So we really have to get moving. Something I got from Amazon. I can't find my Ubi blush from Huda. So I thought, oh, you know, I wanted to get a cheap pink blush, and I got it from Amazon, and I bought 2 of them because I'm going to toss one in the giveaway. I tried it earlier when I was doing my little sample. I'll put like a dot on. You know, the purple, I was doing a video because I was sharing a hack that I learned about how purple cancels out things that come up a little bit too yellowy, and I don't really have that yellow vibe going on my face, but that's kind of like it's a nice accent, right? It looks very springy to me, speaking of like floral. All right, let's put the rosette from House Labs on the other side, but that's really nice. That blends in quite nice with that universal tin, I think. All right, we're gonna get 2 different color cheeks today, but that's okay because it's all very dewy. It's all blending very nice. That wasn't really even that patchy. You can't use it dry though. You've got to have the right amount of skincare down before you endeavor to do any of this stuff. So the rosette is a little bit redder, rosier than I like to go. Like, you know, let's see, here's how much product you get. I don't know. I didn't pick it, right? It came in the package. It came in this thing. So I have it in glassy hibiscus, which I really like, which is more of a muted sort of rose. There, a little bit of flush to the cheeks. A little bit of, I feel like my forehead needs a little something. All right, let's warm up the face. I'm going to go in, speaking of another product that I bought when the airlines lost my bags on the Vegas trip. This is from Physicians Formula. Love both of these shades, tell you the truth. And I slept on this for a while. I truly, truly did. But we're going to do a little bit. Where's my beauty blender? This is just water. I'm going to spray my beauty, not a lot. I prefer to spray my beauty blenders with water. I think it's worth the investment of getting one of these things than, because I just like them slightly dampened. Rather than, you know, if you run one of these things under the faucet, they tend to, first of all, they get huge. They get, you know, when you fully absorb them, they double in size practically. And so I just like to do like a little spritzy spritz. What do you think? It's the barely there. It's the barely there look. The Ruffy gloss is still Ruffying, if that's even a word. I don't even know if I'm saying that brand name right, to tell you the truth. I'm going to go in and show you. Where did it go? Where's that Rare Beauty Glimmer? It's a glimmer. It's a glimmer with a M, not with a, it's not a glitter. I can't. Oh, here it is. All right. I thought I would pair it with this NYX NYX Professional Makeup. This is their new lip lingerie sort of lip liner. I like it better than the Huda. I have the Huda lip liner, and the Huda lip liner is, speaking of Coachella, is going back to Coachella rather, is all over. A lot of people who are doing their get ready with me for Coachella, like, and if you're watching this real time, we're in Coachella weekend too, are using the Huda lip liner, and I bought it and it dried out so fast. I know that if you watch the beauty news, Huda can be like one of these controversial brands. There are some things that I really like from Huda, and there's some things that are a miss for me from Huda. And one of the misses is their lip liner. All right, let's go in with this Rare Beauty. It's just like, if you could, you see the glimmer inside here. It's really nice. I have been enjoying having this. I've had it in my bag all week, so I can do touch-ups. At first, when I saw it in the tube, I was like, it looks almost like too dark for me. But when it gets on my lips, it's just a really, really nice glimmer. All right, let's do one of these gels and pat it all down. I don't think I'm going to go with any powder because I'm running out of time. And in the summer, I don't really use a lot of powder, to tell you the truth. I just use my sunscreens, my moisturizers, my serums, and my balmy / dewy kind of products because, yeah, you sweat in the summer, right? When you're out and about. Who wants to mix a bunch of makeup with sweat? Not this one. All right, a little Adune setting spray here, alcohol-free. And, oh, all right, let me run you down the list really quick since we've been hanging out for so long. Why don't we hang out for a little bit longer? Wait, where's this? Oh, those are dry, guys. Both sides. This was the Anastasia side. This is just the L'Oreal side. Those things are dried down, but we're not talking it. They're not. I just touched them again, and neither one of them is really pilling. But so you just want to like set it and sort of forget it, right? Oh, we didn't go in with any of the shadow again. Again, the powder, once the weather starts turning warm, the powder isn't necessarily something that I use a lot. All right, so what's in my hand? I wrote down all the things that are coming from when I went a little bit crazy. No, I went a lot bit crazy on my Sephora purchases in this sale. I've got a Tower 28 concealer coming in the shade 0.5 Ulta. Don't have any Tower 28 concealer. I love their sunscreen. I love it. It's in their sunscreen tint in the shade Melrose. I love that. So I thought, okay, I'll try that because I got a deal, right? 20% off everything, and I got so many samples coming too. I got the Kosas Mini Bright Concealer with caffeine in 1.5C. I am a big fan of Kosas concealer, so I don't have that shade. We're going to see how it is. And I just got it in the mini. I got a MAC Mini Velvet Teddy 12-hour wear silky matte lipstick. I don't have a MAC lipstick, so I was excited about that. I got a hoodie faux under eye brightener. I got it in the shade Cherry Light. I use Pomelo Pink, which is a little bit more peachy peach. So I'm really looking forward to seeing like what that Cherry Light, because I'm thinking of experimenting with a lot of like the cherrier, lighter, pinky type products this summer. I got the Hourglass Mini Ambient Lighting a Blush Luminous Flush. So it's a blush from Huda Beauty, or excuse me, from Hourglass, and it's a mini. I got a House Labs Concealer in the shade 110 Light Neutral, just to plus up my collection. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not the concealer. This is the foundation. I mentioned in a previous video, I wrote concealer down. I don't know why I did that, probably because I have, a couple of them right here. I pulled the trigger on the House Labs foundation. So I picked Light 110 Light Neutral. I've got a House Labs Sculpting and Shaping Balm coming in the shade Angle. Hope that's nice. I've got a Rare Beauty. I'm trying the new Rare Beauty foundation, although I heard it's kind of medium coverage. So I don't know if I don't know how that's going to hit for me. But I got it in the shade Fair Neutral. The True to Myself Matte Long Wear Foundation. It's getting a lot of great reviews. So I thought, why not try it? Why not? I restocked on my NARS Pot Concealer in the shade Vanilla because I have had some breakouts. This one's not Vanilla. This is Chantilly. I've had some breakouts lately. Last week, I've kind of treated them all, but I had a breakout down here. You can still kind of see it. I had a breakout like up here. I had some breakouts, and I was like trying to trace back what was it. And I thought, okay, maybe I washed a beauty blender one too many. This is a brand new one. A beauty blender one too many times, or my NARS pot concealer in the shade Vanilla was getting really low, and I was using that quite a bit. And so I wish I could, I'm going to lean back a little bit and see if I can find it in here. I have a couple of different shades of it. Nope, 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 nope. Why can't I find it? Anyway, it's really like, talk about hitting the bottom of that pot. I've hit the bottom of that pot, and I'm starting to scrape the sides, and I'm thinking that might not be good. That might not be good when you're like, when you're that low on a product, you know, it might be worth just like hit the road jack. So I wanted to take advantage of the 20% off because that's a restock item for me many times over. I got a Charlotte Tilbury mini lip gloss, and it's going to be a mini, it's going to look like this, but this is in the shade Walk of No Shame, I think. Yeah, this is Walk of No Shame, but I wanted the shade Pillow Talk. I really, really like this. This has got the heart shape applicator, and my one in Pillow Talk's completely gone. Like I talk about scraping the side. So it was on sale. It was on sale. The Duo was on sale for $18, and then I got 20% off that. So I was like, and then Sephora collection. I bought a few things. There's a multi blush that I bought in the shade 02 Tangy Grapefruit. This was also a sale item. So I got like 30% off a Sephora product, plus it was already on sale, and a micro concealer in the shade 07N. And I got it in 24N. And then, check me out. I want to really, it's not like I'm probably halfway through my Cosmic Silk Bubble sort of toner milky glaze, right? So I'm not having, oh my gosh, it's going to run out anxiety. But I really wanted to try the Rhode Glazing Milk. I have like one of the Rhode pocket blushes. And that's all I have from Rhode. I've never bought into any of the lippy stuff. And so I'm going to try that glazing milk. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're well. Thanks for hanging out. I know this was a long one, but I don't think I filmed last week. I had a busy week. It's that time of year, folks. It's that time of year. It's time to get in there and MSH, as I like to say. The spring is the great for MSHing, because then it moves you right into the summer and you can just chill. MSH is making stuff happen. Oh, the invaders are back. I gotta go. I'll see you in the next video.